Sorry I haven't been there for you. I'm here for you now.
You tried to shoot me last night.
You nearly got my mother killed.
You don't have to forgive me. That don't change the fact that I am pregnant. I can't have this baby around the life, even if that means I'm raising it by myself.
I need to be on top. That's how I protect you too.
That don't work for me.
We all do anything to run that baby.
I just want a normal life.
It's impossible for us. Right, you about to be the mother of my kid. We got to do this the right way.
With you two as parents, your baby's screwed.
That child is hope.
I'll be here. I'm not going nowhere. I'm going to take care of you. To this day, I'm still walking around with the same pain on me. It's a fate that's worse than death. Trust me. It's the only way to get to the top.
Good YouTube, it's your boy, Mr. Power Universe, and I'm back with episode 4 of my Mr. Power Universe podcast. And pretty much today, I just want to kind of, talk about some final thoughts, kind of final predictions, and just some things that I've been hearing about, what people think about what's going to happen in part 2 that I want to address, right? So a lot of people are thinking that it's going to be a bloodbath. I don't think it will be like that, right? Y'all need to understand there's only 5 episodes left, right? There's only so much that they can do, only so many storylines that they can kind of close up. And if you guys haven't noticed, right? Power Book 2 has a lot of characters. Like, Power Book 2 probably has the most characters out of all these spin-offs. Like, they have so many different characters that we either just haven't seen yet this season or that have been, like, taken out or are kind of, like, in the wind, kind of like Lauren and RSJ and characters like that. So this idea that people are saying that, oh, well, this person's going to die, and this person's going to die, and this person's going to go to jail, it's unlikely, right? Because we literally know that a lot of the actors and actresses made it very clear that they didn't think that this was the final season. A lot of these actors and actresses thought that this shit was going to keep going, right? They literally thought, like, yo, we're about to be shooting a season 5. And even Michael Rainey, in one of his interviews on the Breakfast Club, he was like, yo, if they ask me to come back, if they tell me to come back, I'm here. So what does that mean? Tariq's not going to fucking die. Why would he say that? Why would he say, if they ask me to come back, I'll come back if he's going to die? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people think he's going to go to jail. I just don't see that happening, And a lot of people look at a bad ending in a show for a character as death. They think that death is the only bad way to go out, when the reality is there's a lot of bad ways to go out. Going to prison could be a fate worse than death. And Tariq talked about this, right? He said revenge isn't always about blood. It's a fate worse than death, right? Every L is not always just going to be, oh, you're going to die. You could be hurt financially, physically, mentally, emotionally. Your family could get taken out. You could be in prison for years. That could ruin you. You know what I'm saying? You could be alone, lose your kid. Like, there's so many situations in where Tariq can have a bad ending that doesn't involve him dying. It doesn't always have to be death. Not everything is always about someone dying. And too many of you guys have become accustomed to just characters getting smoked. And Power has spoiled us with that, right? With this whole thing of them just killing characters off. But this isn't going to be like the OG Power where, like, all of these people got taken off. Proctor, Ghost, all these different characters. It's not going to be like that, right? I feel like part 2 is going to be a lot more just interactions and, like, different storylines coming out that we didn't know before. And I can see, like, 1 or 2 major deaths. The only really major death I see is Drew Tejada and Zion. I don't really consider Zion a major death because, I feel like they've kind of been foreshadowing it. But I definitely see Drew getting taken out because, like, look at how his character has been unfolding, right? Look at how his character has been getting smoked. And I just don't see Drew's character surviving. I don't see Drew's character thriving. I feel like when they focus on a character, especially when they go into the backstory, usually means he's going to be on his way out. It usually means something bad is going to happen to him. Same with Monet. I don't see a happy ending for her. I don't see death really for her either because, like I said, we've seen her literally escape death. Like, if they wanted to kill off Monet's character at the end of last season, they could have just left her dead, But like I said before, do they really want to kill off Mary J. Blige? Not an easy thing to do, right? Not an easy thing to do. So I just want you guys to lower your expectations when it comes to, like, the death toll and the death count of people that we're going to see in part 2, the people that we do see die are likely not going to be characters that are that important and that hit us emotionally, right? The only way we're really going to be shocked is if like Kane dies, if Tariq dies, if Braden dies, if even Davis and one of these people die. Like, I don't think that any of the people that are going to die are going to be like important people. Like, I feel like it could be a bloodbath in terms of like bodies dropping, but those bodies don't necessarily have to be significant bodies, right? They can literally just be side characters. People like fucking Pinky, you know what I'm saying? People like Zion, you know what I mean? Like people like Obi that we seen get smoked. Like it's not always going to be the main characters that get taken out. And I feel like a lot of fans are going to be really disappointed in part two if they're going in thinking that it's going to be this huge bloodbath. I don't think it's going to be that way. And even in the OG power, like outside of Ghost and Proctor, not that many really significant people got taken out. You know what I'm saying? Lala, like, bro, we knew it was going to happen. Like, it was predictable. It was predictable for the people who died to die. I've been saying Ghost was going to die since season one, right? Like, that was just, I've been seeing that coming from the day we seen him. Knew he was going to get smoked. But I definitely think Tariq's path will be a little bit different. I think his story will be a little bit different, considering the fact that he's so fucking young. There's so much potential. You could have him get locked up and come out in another series. You could have Kane get locked up and come out in another series. You could do that with a lot of characters. And, I just feel like depending on what they want to do with this dying and the baby storyline with Tariq, if the baby does survive, I could really see them doing another show surrounding around Tariq and Diana. If they do live. If they don't, then, I mean, I could see that baby. I do see the baby dying anyway, and Diana possibly being uh, a victim of that. But I don't know, man. I don't see any good storylines. I don't see any good endings for anybody. I feel like even Braden, like I feel like he could lose his family too, getting in the crossfire of Noma and Don Carter, and then all of this beef that's going on between these characters. I could see Braden losing a lot too, and I could see Braden and Tariq being at odds at the end. Maybe not like killing each other, but I could see them having like beef and shit like that. So there's a lot that could happen, y'all. I want you guys to stay ready. Man, we're only a couple days away. I didn't really think I was gonna do. I want to do like a short podcast, nothing too long, just kind of give you guys my quick thoughts and stuff like that. I didn't want to do too long of an episode. When the episode does drop on Friday, I'll probably do a recap episode of that, do a podcast of that, which will be a little bit longer, and I'll probably drop that on Friday night, if not Saturday night, Saturday morning. Within a day, I'll be covering everything. So I just want to say, you guys, it's the final season, man. It's been so much fun to do this content these last 5 months, few months. Really excited for these next shows, for Raising Kanan, for Force. So let's stay locked in, stay ready for the content.